So pretty much everyone on Earth has heard of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I'm no exception to that. Even though I've always been familiar with the individual Ninja Turtles and how they became what they are, I only recently started watching the TV shows, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't super into them. For those not as familiar with them, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were first created as a comic book series in 1984 by comic book writer Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman. Each turtle was named after a famous Italian Renaissance painter and portrays the turtles being trained in Japanese martial arts by their adopted father Splinter, all while they battle crime in New York City. The Ninja Turtles have since become one of the most successful franchises in history, gaining much popularity in the 80s and 90s. So, in its 37-year history, there are of course some lost Ninja Turtles media, and today, we're going to explore two of those pieces of lost media. This 2003 animated series of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was the second series based on the comic books. Airing from 2003 to 2009, the show aired on the Foxbox program on Fox, which was later renamed to 4Kids TV. The series has some pretty dark episodes, but one episode was never even completed because it was considered to be too dark. The episode Nightmare Recycled was about Donatello, Raphael, April O'Neil, and Casey Jones as they encounter a minor villain, Garbage Man. Garbage Man takes the group to Garbage Man's recycle world and comes across Hun, where Hun reveals to Garbage Man that the two were once conjoined twins. Hun hires a surgeon to get them separated and throws Garbage Man down a dumpster. 4Kids thought the subject matter for the episode was too dark and intense for a kids show, and stopped working on the episode when animation had begun. The co-creator of the franchise, Peter Laird, would write on his blog on how he wasn't pleased with the script, noting the heartless way in which Hun rejected his brother. He wrote a more sympathetic scenario in the post, however, the post is now unavailable, but his suggested script changes have been summarized in other places. There was one more attempt made to redo the episode with the script being rewritten to fit the changes Laird suggested, but this attempt failed and the episode was scrapped for good. Even though the plot summaries for the episode are available, the episode's script has never been released. Archie Comics published the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles adventures from August 1988 to October 1995, ending with issue 72. It also ended with a 3-part miniseries called Year of the Turtle that focused on how the turtles got their weapons, but this was not the original plot for the issues intended by the creators. Instead, issues 71 through 75 was an arc called the Forever War. This story featured the future Turtles coming back and teaming up with the present-day Turtles to defeat Shredder. Many more characters from the comics would return, such as Ninjara, Rat King, Scumbag, Worm, and Kalani. Attempts were made to release it, but the comic was later scrapped, along with the story. Conflicts were started with Steve Murphy, editor-in-chief Victor Gorelick, and publisher Michael Sobercleat, because the stories in the comic were considered to be too dark, especially when compared to other TMNT media at that time. Murphy would later give a reason as to why the story arc was cancelled, stating, "Victor and Michael wanted to know where the book was going with issue 71, and when I told them we would be revisiting the future for a 5-issue story arc featuring the return of the Shredder, a totalitarian Shredder, they popped their toupees, and they said they wanted me off the book." Also, for many years during that time, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures was the only comic being printed in color. So when Mirage Studios Volume 2 started printing in color too, this in turn left Archie Comics feeling threatened. 2 more issues of the comic were continued after Murphy left before later being cancelled. Another attempt was later made by Murphy to release the arc, saying it would be released by the end of 2005. However, it never was. He later changed the release date to 2007, but the year came and went and no arc was released. He finally announced that the arc would be released in 2009 for the 25th anniversary, but the release was cancelled after the TMNT franchise was sold to Nickelodeon. With the last supposed release date being 12 years ago, not only is it not known if this comic book arc will ever be publicly released, but it's also unknown how much the art for the arc was completed before it was cancelled. These 6 pages were the only pages of the Forever War ever released to the public. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video was a bit shorter than usual, but I plan on making some longer ones soon. If you enjoyed today's video, then make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. And if you have any lost media topics you'd like me to cover, then feel free to comment them down below or send me an email at bluephantomofficial@gmail.com. I hope you all stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you all in the next video.